What's up guys, Card Protagonist here, and today we'll be doing a Vanguard 0 deck profile on Gold Paladin Blond Ezel deck. So with the set 5 release, is Blond Ezel worth building and how does it compare to the big 3? Today I'll be explaining the deck, how it works, and whether it fits your playstyle. One glance at this deck, you can see that it's a crit based build, which is very rare in 0 because generally most decks play draw triggers, but this is one of those decks that can actually play crit because you get a lot of resource from the Blond Ezel itself. Overall, what advantage does this deck have over the other decks in the meta? So first of all, it is a lot of advantage. So usually decks like OTT, they don't run draws because they have a lot of advantage. I know Gold Paladin doesn't seem like the kind of deck, but it is a deck that allows you to not use your hand, but call from the top deck. And not only just randomly superior calling, but you can look at top 4 and call. So it is a very powerful skill. And with it being limit break 1, it's very spammable in the deck. So you'll be able to like dig out 10, I think usually about 5 to 6 non-triggers out from your deck, and then tin your deck for triggers. So if you're using this deck, there's a high chance that you check a lot of triggers, especially in the late game. There are the games that I actually deck tin till I am left with triggers in the deck and just swing and all triggers comes out. And also it's one of those decks that has a superior right engine similar to the Blazing Flare. So if you have a build mains, which is our vanilla grade 2 and vanilla grade 1 on your rearguard circle, you could slide those three cards into the soul and superior right Ezel from the deck and draw 1 card. So basically it's kind of like Blazing Flare Dragon. Very nice because with this deck you want to push early for damage. With this deck you just want to push. You don't really need to be afraid if your opponent destroys your rearguards because man, this deck regenerates rearguards like free. So let's first check out the grade 1s. For the grade 1s, you definitely want to play 4 copies of the vanilla unit because it is a necessary combo piece in superior riding your Blond Ezel. So 4 copies of the vanilla is a must. You could play a mixture of the damage adders, which is very important because in this deck, in this current meta, there's a lot of majestic lot blasters, and with the inbuilt crit, you get damage denied quite a lot. And the earlier you pull off limit break in this deck, the better you will perform in your overall games. So it is very important to pull off limit break as soon as possible. So damage adders are actually very important, and also damage adder helps prevent opponent from sacking a heal because when you take a lot of damage during your turn and you attack them, they check a defensive heal trigger, you won't pop off because you have more damage than them. So there are a lot of advantages of these units. And yeah, getting to limit break is really huge, and so I play 4 copies of this. You could play cut 3 and play more Din Drain, which is another nice unit. When this unit is placed from your deck, you can Soul Blast 1 to draw a card. So what this means is she has to be superior caught by a card effect in order to get the ability to Soul Blast 1 to draw 1 card. So that's something you guys need to take note. You can't really just call her. This also means that she is dead in your hand in this deck because there's no use to send them back unless you play the Paladin. So that's a grade 1 lineup. For the grade 2 lineup, it's similar. 4 copies of the vanilla in order to superior right. It's very important to pull off superior right because it is kind of like a guaranteed engine to write into your grade 3, the proper grade 3, which is the Blond Ezel. You don't want to write anything else. 3 copies of the damage unflippers. So these are kind of like a curse lancers in Shadow Paladins. When this attack hits the Vanguard, it can countercharge 1. In Vanguard 0 is really strong because of the fact that your opponent cannot guard unless it's lethal. So most of the time you get the 1 count, you unflip 1, then next turn you use your Ezel, spam more units. Basically with this deck, you will never run out of a grade 2's intercept because of the consistency of the deck. So 2 copies of Vivienne. I don't know what to think about her. I feel that she's actually only good in the early game. Late game you'll be using Ezel's Count Blast anyway. And her ability requires you to hit the Vanguard if it's boosted, so that's a problem. It doesn't need to be boosted because when I was playing the game, it didn't need to be boosted. So I think this might be an error. It doesn't need to be boosted, but when the attack hits, you can counter blast 1 to superior call 1 card to an empty rearguard circle. The keyword is the empty rearguard circle. I can't confirm whether it requires an empty rearguard circle because previously when I was playing games, I didn't have any empty rearguard circle, but I can still activate ability. So this ability might be bugged in a way, and I can see that changes are coming for her. So if she can call over a rearguard circle, it's actually not bad because you can just swing and extend your attacks. So it's pretty good. Next, 4 copies of damage adders. Once again, damage adders are so important in this game. Hitting limit break gives you so much blasters. The only way you can blast in this deck is actually limit break, and this is why the damage adders are very important. Damage adder does give you 1 extra damage for until end of turn shuffle back. So yeah, it's basically a damage enabler. The reason why damage adders are more prevalent in Gold Paladins compared to Narukami is because Narukami's limit break is a Counter Blast 2, and it's not always guaranteed you can activate the limit break. They might not have full front row and you may not want to activate, but for Ezel you always want to be a limit break because you get so much advantage of Ezel. Alright, for the grade 3s, we play 4 copies of Blond Ezel. Previously mentioned a limit break 4, so you got to be at 4 damage to activate the skill. Counter Blast 1 to check top 4 and Super Call one of them, and Ezel gains the power. The reason why Ezel is so good is because he also gains the power, so if your opponent check a lot of triggers, most likely Ezel still got a hit through. Even if they check like double draw triggers, Ezel is like 50k power, so there's no escaping Ezel. Very strong. So yeah, Ezel is basically your draw engine. You don't draw, but you basically don't spend your hand. You don't cock stuff from your hand. That's very weird. You cock stuff using Ezel's ability. 1 copy of Paladin, limit break when this unit attacks. Put a rear guard to the bottom of the deck to have 2 of your units gain plus 5k attack power. I find his ability kind of meh, but putting cards back to the bottom of the deck is not bad. The main ability is the second ability. When this, as a rear guard, if it's placed from the top of the deck, if it's placed from the deck, if opponent Vanguard is grade 2 or greater, you can ride over as a restand, kind of like Raging Form Dragon. When you ride, it's right in stand position, it gets us 5k and 1 extra critical, so it is kind of like a restander, but you need to have a bit of luck with it. So the only current ways you can do it is either you sack with Vivian, top deck it. That's the only way in this deck. Like unless you play the other starter, the Messenger, Spring Breeze Messenger, yeah. Otherwise, there's no way. Alright, next we have 4 copies of the Great Silver Wolf Garmor. This is one of my favorite cards because it is one of my first trial decks I ever bought. So, Limbrick 4 plus 5k, pretty basic. This is the standard for most Limbrick trial decks. When this unit is placed, you can blast 2 to such a grade 2 or less guard from your deck. So basically, you can either get out Din Drain to get extra draw, or you could fetch out the trip to counter charge. So as a backup, Vanguard is not bad because he still hits big numbers with the additional limit break 5k, and he's very cool. Yeah, this is kind of like my old deck, very nostalgic. We play Holy Age Knight, damn edgy. So when this unit attacks the Vanguard plus 2k, it's kind of like the Green Dragon in Kagero, the end decks play, but play crits. So the main reason why we play crits is because this deck does lack a bit of push with the inability to restand any stuff. Technically, the only restand is a Paladin, but we're not going to count on that. You lack restand, you lack intercept destroyers, anti-intercepts. So this deck does suffer a bit, similar to OTT. You could actually play stand triggers, which I've tried. It's not bad, but I still feel that crit is more consistent, especially in the early game. Because early game, same problem as OTT, you don't check crit, you are losing out quite a lot. So anyway, let's jump into rank and see how this deck performs. So you're fighting against Shadow Paladin. Happy birthday, Asaka. Okay. The Shadow Paladin is one of the big trees and is currently one of the best top 3 decks to play in this season. This one's actually pretty good. We do have the confirmed Ezel. Unfortunately, I might have to send back the PGs because I must get a grade 2 out of this grade. So, nice hand. That we do draw an extra 2 unfortunate triggers, but I think it's okay. If we draw a grade and a different grade 1, we might be able to pull off the Superior Right, but I don't think it's necessary because we need damage enablers for the Superior Rights to be good. But the Superior Right is very good in this deck because it confirms that you can get into your Ezels, which is what a lot of decks lack, like going into your winning image, which is the Ezel. I really like this deck because it's super consistent with its Superior Right and so on. Opponent just go into Javelin, super good. Like almost all my opponents that I played today, Shadows, they go into Javelin. Man, I wish I could do that. That's okay. Let's go for this. We draw another heal trigger, which is not too good, but we will have to make the best of what we have. So we do pull a Vivian from the going second draw. So with Vivian, we could do some early game pushes, which is not bad. Because the deck is kind of vanilla until you hit Limit Break 4. You won't be able to spend your counter blasts. But once you go Limit Break 4, you can do a lot of stuff. This is why I play a lot of the damage adders, because you want to go into Limit Break ASAP, and every single counter blast gives you so much pluses with Ezel. So it's so good. It's basically 1 Counter Blast for extra hand size with Ezel. So Counter Blast 5 is basically drawing 5. Persona Blast. Very nice. And let's not forget it decks in. It doesn't like just draw 5. You get to pick what you magic number. You get to like pick what you want, not drawing triggers and everything. And this makes the deck extremely good because the power of filter is just there for this deck. So it's my turn. We draw another Vivienne. Okay, with this, I could fill up the ranks a little bit. Like the only problem I find about Vivienne is she is quite RNG. What I mean is her hits is a core is a top core, so it might call Ezels, it might call the triggers. So sometimes I'm not a huge fan of Vivienne. I would rather but that problem will be fixed because in the future there will be Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark Spirit, and those cards that can help destroy front rows with retire intercepts is very important for GP. GP can only be top tier if they have ways to retire high tier, not say top tier. They are pretty high tier, but it can really be excellent if there's something that can help retire, like Shadows or Royals. So fortunately, you just whiffed that 1 point of heal trigger. The Dark Theater heal trigger. Writes the PBD. So he does have the Counter Blast for the damn Charging Lance. I'm not sure that he will use it because he needs. Oh, with Vanguard, it's likely to use it. He calls out the Curse Lancer. Damn. Pretty good call. Yeah, it's definitely using it. I can see that the back row and the back car is gone. Yeah, he might want to get rid of my starter. Is it? No. So get rid of the Vivienne. Okay. Quite worth it because he does have the Curse Lancer to counter charge anyway. So it will be a waste if he doesn't do the damn Charging Lance. But the unfortunate thing about him, right, is he will be down to 2 hand size only. So that's the one thing I don't really like about damn Charging Lance. It eats a bit of hand, but it is a very powerful skill, not gonna lie. And for me, I am in danger because I did not check any defensive triggers. But it doesn't really matter, different triggers won't really help at this point. Drawing a PG will help. Yes, thank you, deck. So we gotta right to our Blond Ezel and let's get the game beginning because damn, we have 5 combos to work with. Let's go, limit break. So one thing cool about this deck, right, is you could call stuff. He doesn't have a lot of rear guards, so it's good to call stuff like actually, you could call boosters. You could call intercepts first. I'll prioritize the intercepts. So even if she can't attack the Vanguard, right, you want her to attack the Vanguard because every counter blast gives you so much advantage. Even if she can't attack the Vanguard, you can always attack the rear guard, so it's okay. So hopefully you can pull a booster for her. Very nice Dindrin. Dindrin is one of the best boosters you can activate. Unfortunately, we don't have enough space for Dindrin. So with that, Dindrin allows me to draw 1 card. Nice. Okay. More non-triggers. We want to tin the deck as much as we can. We get a Gareth. Very nice. Right there. Deck tin and hopefully check some heal triggers. Like, that's what I really need. We get a non-trigger. Okay. I'll probably put this here. Like, since I'm gonna call something over here on top anyway. If I have no intercepts, I will just call from my hand. It's okay. I just want to deck tin as much as I can. So just go ham. And deck tin like crazy. Counter Blast is not a problem because we do have we play the counter charger. And even if we sack lots of triggers, he's not escaping the Ezel because it's 55k. So let's go. We do have a perfect guard, so that might work in our favor. But unfortunately, Shadows are able to destroy intercepts, so I'm not safe at all. So, but I'm still gonna try my best. He does have a small hand size, so counter charge 1. And let's go, Blond Ezel. I'm counting on you. First check. Get a critical trigger. Hopefully he pushes him to 5. If he triggers the PGs, it's also not bad. He pushes him to 5. Very good. Gets a heal trigger, but it whiffs. Okay, very good. Not bad situation. He does have small hand size. and yeah, I should still be okay. But if he does retire one of my rear guards, like if he writes a PBO, I might die. He doesn't write PBO, very good. Like the other game, I wasn't doing too well, but managed to make a comeback with that crit trigger, put me up back to the game. Like even if he did PG that, it's okay because if his hand is small, next turn I can still destroy with Ezel. He caused the PG, probably doing a damn charging lance. Very risky move there, I feel. But he doesn't know whether I have a PG in hand, so it might not be a bad move. He has to bet that I don't have a PG. Not a wrong move. Like that is the correct, the killer blow, I feel. That's why it's very important to have double intercepts. Ooh, okay. Let's see. He gets a draw trigger. Hopefully he doesn't draw the PG with that because that will bite hard, man. So fortunately I do get that one PG off that I only drew. My hand is full of great trees. So let's go. We skip right and pull off a limit break and further thin our deck. Deck thinning is key. See, every common blast gives you so much advantage, man. Love this. Okay, so we need an intercept, I guess. Yeah. Make that magic numbers. We do have a Vivian to call. Battle. So most likely it is most likely game because Ezel can still hit for pretty big. Even if you death heal, it's still going through. Okay, and there you go. The power of limit break. So overall, the deck, I've used the deck quite a bit and I'm really enjoying it. I've used it to Legend 4. Been climbing quite a lot with this deck, and yeah, so overall you can see the effects of deck thinning in the deck, the power of Ezel itself. Ezel just carries the entire team. Of course, counter charges is good. Like if you want to play more counter charges like Trip, I say it's alright because every counter charge helps. But my lineup is the lineup I feel that works for me best. There are a lot of different type of builds, like Paladin build, which I will cover later, probably later this week, because I might farm one or two materials for Paladin and get a decent build, a Spring Beast build. I do have my Lockbeard shooters, but I don't have Paladins. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on the Blond Ezel deck, Gold Paladins. And if you'd like to see more Vanguard Zero deck profiles from this set, I will definitely be doing a review on them. So smash a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So once again, peace out, love you guys, brah.